What's up? We're back again. You know who it is. You know who it is. What's going on, y'all? Missed y'all. We're back again.
We here.
We are back, man. What's up with you, big dog? What's up with you, man? Chef Q in the house. And Big Hendo in the house.
Man, we cooling, man. We cooling. We here. Let's go.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about again, man. A lot of stuff to talk about,
man.
Absolutely. Before we even get started, man? What's up? What's new with you, man? Doing big things, I know.
Man, nothing much, man. Just trying to make everything shake. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Make everything shake. That's it.
I like that green on you, dog.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's that Lincoln green, huh?
Yeah, you know, a sponsor of the football team. You know what I'm saying? So gotta represent.
Absolutely, represent that San Diego Lincoln colors. You know what I mean? But on this podcast, man, what we do, we talk about the hottest topics in hip hop, and we got some hot topics today, baby. I tell you that. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. But before we start, we want to appreciate you guys for coming on, man, supporting some brothers. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the above, whatever it is, wherever that button is. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, some of the clips that we posted last week did I? Man, you know, people talking some head, but you know, that's part of the internet.
Hey, that's what we love, man. We just trying to get everybody involved.
Yeah,
man.
I just like, I be happy if people, you know, even engage in talking crap, you know what I mean? Like, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game. We try to get everybody involved.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. We post that one on, we were talking about Drea Michelle, man. It's funny how
some women jumped to her defense. That is not true.
Guys too.
Hey, one girl damn near called you out. Fake news. Fake news. I'm like, oh man,
it's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. It's funny how, you know, you reverse the roles, double standards of how life is, and when you reverse these roles, people kind of ignore a lot of shit, you know, a lot of stuff that, you know, goes on, like girls, you know, grooming guys or sexual assaulting guys or doing stuff like that, taking advantage of guys, and it's kind of overlooked.
Yeah, when roles is reversed, things change. Things change.
Because it's crazy, if that role's reversed, if a guy came in that situation and groomed, you know, was babysitting or around a girl, and then all of a sudden he's, you know, she becomes popular or whatever it is, or she becomes popular in her field, and he has babies with her, bro. That looks hella weird, bro.
Set that man on fire, bro.
Super weird.
They would not let that rest at all.
But you know, like we said last week, man, like when we look at it, man, we like, dang, she's bad. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna look past it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely double standards for sure. And like you said, when women see that, they turn the other cheek for sure. You know what I mean?
Whip it, turn the other cheek on everything.
Yeah,
it's part of that girl code.
I like how you kind of bring it up. You said accountability, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes that gets skipped over for sure.
That's all it takes.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
Yeah, but let's head into this, man. We got some topics we got to talk about today, and I want to get into this because I posted this today, and it went kind of crazy. Nia Long. Nia Long said she was in high school, bro. She's in high school, and she said her whole boyfriend was 30 years old while she was in high school, and her mom knew, and her mom was she gave her consent to date a 30-year-old man in high school. So let's break that down and give you some context. So she's in high school. She has to be what, 15, 16, 17?
If she was, it depends. She was a senior. Let's just say 17. For the sake of the argument, let's say 17.
Let's say 17. She was 17. A senior, and she was dating a 30-year-old man. And she said that. And in this clip, she said that the guy actually came to her house, asked her mom everything. Can she date him? You know, can he date her? And she gave him consent. Bro, that's crazy. But I also want to say this happened years ago for back in the day. And I was reading the comments and people were saying since it was, you know, back in the day, this was acceptable.
Man, I tell the people that all the time. I was like, bruh, let's not sit here and act like we ain't seen these girls get picked up by these older dudes. Let's not act like we didn't see it. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought the baddest seniors in high school did not date other seniors in high school.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the bad one. Every school, don't matter what school you went to, you had that group of girls that was the baddest girls in the school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And them girls did not date high school men at all. So it just like blows my mind how everybody just, oh my God, that's crazy. Oh, don't do it. Like now that you older, you telling people like, oh my God, don't do that's you shouldn't date girls like, but you was the one. You was the one that was getting. It said, babe, can you give me can you go give me some McDonald's? Can you drive? Babe, can you come drive me to the mall? Babe, can you do this? Can you do that? That was y'all. Y'all was the one. Y'all was now 30. I don't know, but I know damn sure for surely. Y'all was talking to some 24, 25, 26-year-olds when y'all was seniors in high school.
Yeah.
I know for sure.
Yes, for sure.
And for those that be like, yo, I didn't do it. Well, maybe look in the mirror. Maybe you just wasn't able.
One of your friends did and you was cool with it.
Because I know for sure one of your friends did. And you was probably girl, tell him to give me, tell him to bring me back something. Tell him to bring me back something. Yep. Like, I know for sure, man. I don't even want to hear it, man.
It happened to me 2 times in my life. I was dating this one girl. Well, I won't say I was dating her. I was kicking with this one girl in high school. We was a junior. We was a junior. Dormella. Bruh. Yeah, hey, bro. So I was kicking with this girl, and she broke up with me or stopped talking to me. That wasn't my girl. She stopped talking to me because she was dating this guy. He was 24, and she was 15, 16. Whatever the age is for a junior. I was a junior in high school. So she had to be like 15, 16 years old. And then he was 24, 25. And I remember, homie, because I used to like this girl. Then I used to date this other girl. I was with her for 6 years. She cheated on me with a guy, and he was 32, and she was 17. And her mom was cool with it.
Yeah.
Some guy she used to work with. She got a job, homie. Started dating some guy that she used to work with.
See, that's the thing. I don't know about, I ain't going to speak on the mamas, but I know some mamas is like, as long as he's able to do something. See, I'm gonna put it like this, and so New Orleans is a trifling place, bro. and a lot of times it be they mamas that be like, the mamas will be like, ask your boyfriend if he could give me $200 for the light bill. You know what I'm saying? like we come from low poverty places. Like low poverty places, they do some things that you question. Right, you know what I'm saying? Rather it be like using your kid, your baby's social security, your social security number for some stuff, or it be like, I'm gonna use her little boyfriend to help me out with some groceries or something like that. Like they do stuff like that. That's hood activities. That's what we raised in. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, but when you get to other places, you know what I'm saying, where it's more like blue collar, whatever you want to call it, they look down on that and they like this and this and this. But there's places out there where that's just the way of living. That's just how it is.
It's weird though, man. Because then I was thinking about this. Do you fault R. Kelly? Do you think R. Kelly's in the wrong? Because he was, when that happened, that was years ago. That was kind of like back in those days when he was peeing on them girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I think he was in the wrong because he was doing all that kind of stuff.
What's the difference?
Because these dudes is actually, I think the difference is, she was, from Nia Long's perspective, she was in a relationship with one dude. I don't know what they was doing behind doors, but it wasn't public. Yeah, I think that's the difference. What R. Kelly did with multiple minors it started being public.
It was public because he was a public figure,
right?
You know what I mean? So if he wasn't a public figure, you think?
Do I think it was still?
Because that's back in the day. That was like when I was a kid.
Back in the day, but it also depends on like. I mean, some of those, I can't really say because we knew what he did, so it's kind of like hard for me to like block that out. Yeah, just because we knew what happened. Yeah, but if it was just like a regular schmegular dude, you know what I'm saying, then I'd probably be like, oh, like they talked about how Aaliyah was 17 and she was with Jay or whatever.
Dame Dash.
Dame Dash. How old Dame was?
Dame was in his 30s.
Dame was in his 30s.
And she was 15.
She was. I thought she was 17.
I think 15 or 17. But she was young.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So stuff like that is just kind of like.
That's crazy, bro.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
That's crazy.
But at the same time, like I said, I can't. Dog, I seen it. I seen it. But and I know people gonna say just because you seen it, Q doesn't make it right.
Right.
I can't say if it's right or not. That was up to that person. That's up to them.
But the times was different though, Q. Because back in the day, That's what was going on back in the day.
There was no social media, yeah, but times ain't that different.
Yeah, 90s, back in the 90s, because I remember like Gloria Velez or something like that. I was just watching a clip about that. Joe, was it Joe? Joe or one of them singers was to smack her down because she was the backup dancer for Luke. And what's the name of I think his name was Joe, one of the R&B singers used to smack her down.
I Want to Know Joe?
I think so.
Find out I Want to Know Joe was smacking down minors. That's crazy.
Yeah, she was a minor, bro.
That's
but
crazy.
Back in the day, like I said, it was way more acceptable.
It was more acceptable, or
Yes.
just there was no social media?
I don't think people really looked down on that, bro, back in the day, in the 90s.
I can't.
Them girls look kind of old too, bro. Not saying it's right.
No, you're not saying it's right, but at the same time, it was the older. Even in high school, for me, it was the older looking one. It was the ones that looked like they failed a couple times. Those were the ones that was paying on. But then, like you, like even like they be going to like college parties and all that kind of stuff like that. Like all this stuff exists. I remember well.
I'll look it up.
Well, like what are you doing at Southern Homecoming? You a senior in high school. But you getting lifted up by the Q Dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain stuff, like.
Let me look it up. I gotta look this up because who was it? Gloria Velez, and it wasn't Cisco. Dang. I'll find it later though. But yeah, man. He was taking her down. Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall.
My.
Aaron Hall, bro. Aaron Hall said he walked into the room, seen her, blonde hair, grabbed her, and just went straight to the room and dug her down, bro. Just like that.
Okay, I can say this though. Let me say this about situations like that. She already knew what time it was because she was already in the industry because she was a background dancer. She was
15.
a dancer. But she already knew what time it was. She was a dancer. And she probably was a hoe.
That's wild.
She probably was already a hoe.
Oh,
she probably already was a hoe.
At 15.
At 15, if someone just come and grab you and then take you to the back and smack you down and you didn't resist at all, you probably was poor little thing. She probably was already gone. Little ting, she was gone already. She was already gone, man.
Oh man, she's already done.
She was already done.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Let's talk about this Drake thing. UMG. So I want to play the clip. So let's give you some context of what's going on with Drake. So UMG wanted to settle out of court with Drake. He didn't want to give him $250 million because they don't want him to further pursue this lawsuit. Now they're saying also, they're noticing that Spotify's taking down a lot of their like fake streams and all that stuff. They said Kendrick had 120 million streams, and now he got 98 million streams. And a lot of other artists are kind of streams are getting deleted. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because where there's smoke, there's fire. And I want to play this clip to give you some more context of what's going on, so you guys can hear what's going on over here, man. It's crazy. Hold on, just a minute.
Truth on why Drake will win if it goes to court in his interview with DJ Academics. Kanye was explaining how this invisible hand was forcing artists to speak out against him. In particular, Ty Dolla $ign, where if he didn't speak out, they would cancel his tour and cut his artists.
And this is coercion. That's why these going to be locked up someday. They said, Ty, you have to denounce Ye publicly or we're going to drop your artist, Leon. We're going to cancel all your tours.
Where a judge has ruled in favor of Drake, denying UMG's motion to prevent his team from investigating executives' internal communication. What that means is his team can now look at all emails, documents, and UMG's promotional activities surrounding the Grammys and Super Bowl, which has now caused this rumor of a $250 million settlement if Drake drops his lawsuit. According to a very connected source close to Drake, UMG doesn't want this fight to go public. The insider claims the label is pushing hard to settle things before the lawsuit gains traction in court. While at the same time, Spotify is removing bot streams for the third month in a row from big artists, but obviously isn't going to drop any names. Where Kendrick went from 110 million monthly streams all the way down to 98 million, and Drake's didn't change. So Spotify removing all these bots could be their move to get out in front of what's to come with the Drake and Universal lawsuit as it continues. It's wild this whole thing started with Universal not wanting to pay Drake, and now they're going to have to pay him even more money.
Woo! Now this is getting interesting. Now this is going to get real interesting. So like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. So what you think is going on behind that, bro? You think a lot of this shit's fabricated?
No, I don't.
You don't think they push a lot of those streams and
well, that part, yeah, I do think that they do push a lot of shit. Well, evidently the bots, you know what I'm saying? I do think that that's real. Even like, even it's just certain songs I feel like it's pushed on us.
Yeah. You said that. You said that. Even Not Like Us, you said you felt like it was pushed on us.
Well, Not Like Us was definitely pushed. It was pushed hard. And that's not even being like, because we live in California. Mm-hmm. Because even like people outside of California was like, man, I'm so tired of hearing this song. Like you could tell they was pushing it. And it's just like, why they force feeding us this? Like, I don't understand. So yeah, I do feel like certain things is pushed hard.
Well, the thing is though, if he keeps on fighting for this
he's not gonna settle with no $250 million though.
No, because he got money already.
Yeah. You're gonna have to drop way more than that.
Now, if he opens up these kind of worms, I think we about to know some real stuff, and I think he's gonna expose a lot. But I feel like you playing with billions and billions of dollars, and something is gonna happen to Drake.
Before that happens, I think they're gonna up it. I think $600 million. Shut up, go about your day. Here you go. And I think Drake will take it.
You think he'll take 600?
I think he'll take 600. 600 mil, he'll take it. Woo! Because technically he already won. Because like they said, Spotify is already deleting their bots. Kendrick stuff is going down.
They're cleaning up.
They're cleaning it up. So technically he won. Technically he won this suit already because it's opening people's eyes to what's going on.
Nobody's talking about this.
They're not going to talk about it because it was all part of, everybody's against Drake right now. Because it's just looking like he not a part of culture because he's suing, but now he's opening the eyes. And it's funny because there was a bunch of podcasters before this that was like, I personally think what Drake is doing, I respect it. And then they got blasted like, right. Oh, that's rap culture, that's this and this and this and blah 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 blah. And it was like, it's bigger than Kendrick. He's opening the eyes to like a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
So it's like, but they have to drop more than 250 if they want him to shut up.
Yeah, because he already got that.
If you want him to shut up, you gotta do 600. He might ask. If he asks for $1 billion, it's gonna be a problem. If he asks for $1 billion, it's gonna be a problem.
$1 billion.
It's gonna be a problem. He asks for $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Hey.
Oh,
it's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue if he asks for $1 billion.
Oh, but it's funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna open up a can of worms because I don't think it's about the money anymore. I think it's about his pride, his legacy. That's a big loss. He can't take that back.
But I think the worms is already open though. The can of worms is already open.
I think it's halfway open, Q.
But would you be content with it being halfway open, or would you be content with just opening fully?
But
because now it's showing that numbers was fabricated. It's showing it now. So now, like, what he's saying isn't a lie. Like, it's not a lie. They padded his numbers. Everything was like a part of their strategic plan.
But the thing is, though, the ball is not in his court right now. The people are not on his side right now. So I think that he's gonna keep on pushing it, bro, because I think he's trying to get the people back on his side.
But the people
his ego. I think it's more an ego.
The people is never going to be on his side because a lot of people don't understand what's really going on. There's people out there that still think he's actually suing Kendrick.
Exactly.
It's like he's not suing Kendrick.
And that's why a reason why I think he's gonna keep on pushing it. Exactly. Because people don't really know the truth, but I feel like he knows the truth behind the scenes, and he knows the truth for sure. And like you said, Kanye exposed a lot with that interview with the academics.
It just sucks that nobody wanted to listen to that crap because he had on that shit.
Yeah.
But he did speak on a lot. Kanye spoke on a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like
it's antics, man.
It's antics. It's his antics that it blows the message up.
100%.
Now we don't even want to hear the message.
Yeah.
1000%. What sucks.
Yep.
Because that would have been a big thing.
Yep.
Like, oh, they try to get Ty Dolla to stop Woo-de Woo, which is interesting because when him and Ty did the collab, the album didn't really do that good. But I feel like that they was on to something, you know. Ty is talented. Ty do his thing.
100%.
But if they came and be like, oh yeah, you gotta now work with Yee, and then we're gonna do this and this and this, and we're gonna stop this and this and this, You know what I'm saying? If that's truly the case, which Ty ain't come out and say nothing, but if that's truly the case, then
that's crazy. And you know what crazy thing about it? Like he has a hit song right now, Nokia. That song is going hard right now, and people don't really like. It's not really gravitating towards, especially our culture. Let me give you something. This guy came in today, white kid came in today, man, and he put it on the radio, and he put that song on. He was like, "Bro, I just came from Cabo, man, and man, the freaking girls are going crazy when this song came on." I said, "Dude, Academics was right, bro."
But here's the thing about that song though. There's certain songs that Drake do that doesn't reach our culture.
Yeah,
like
they're pop.
Like I'm gonna be real. A lot of people, at least where I was at that time, a lot of people didn't listen to was it the Some Slide?
Talking about the
Tootsie Slide or whatever.
Yeah.
You go left foot, right foot.
Yeah.
People didn't really listen to that,
yeah.
but it did stupid numbers.
100%.
Because all the white folks and Mexicans loved it.
Oh, 100%.
So it did but there's certain stuff that he drops that is like, okay, it's gonna get played. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get played with other people, and it's not gonna get played with us. That song is a hot song for the other people, for the others.
Well, he's smart because he's going pop. He's pop.
We had Give Me a Hug. That was for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and yeah, that was for us. We had Give Me a Hug.
Like we said all the time, man. Most people consume hip hop. It's not from us. You know what I mean? He's catering to that pop genre.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, man. This one's big right here, man. So, best female artist of all time, the freaking GOAT, bro. The GOAT of the GOAT, best female artist, Billboard. It was actually, we just discovered, well, we didn't discover, we were talking about this. There's multiple lists going around. So Billboard first dropped a list of the best female artists of all time. Then I think some other people start curating their own list. So on our other podcast that we talk about relationships and pop culture and stuff like that too as well. And we displayed a list, and it's completely different from this one. So this is the new list. And I like this list, but there's some things about this list that I don't like as well. So right now, they're saying the best rapper of all time, the GOAT, the Billy Goat of all female rappers, is Nicki Minaj at number 1, Missy Elliott at number 2, Lauryn Hill's at number 3, Lil' Kim is at number 4, 5, Queen Latifah, 6, MC Lyte, 7, Salt and Pepper, 8, Roxanne, 9, Eve, 10, Foxy Brown, 11, Cardi B, The Brat, you mentioned that at 12, and I was like, damn, I forgot about The Brat. 13, Trina, 14, Left Eye, 15, Megan Thee Stallion, 16, Doja Cat, 17, Rhapsody, 18, Remy Ma, 19, Lotto, 20, Moni Love, 21, Glorilla, 22, Lady of Rage. Of all time.
So this was a top 25 list.
Yeah.
The other ones didn't make it, but Dolce was on the list too.
Yeah.
So, but let's dive into first things first. As I was saying, last podcast, you see who's not on the list, right? There's no Sexy Red.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
Of all time.
Of course.
Wow.
Know why? Because even like I'm gonna dive into the numbers type of person.
Well, well, she is on there, 21.
Yeah, Glow's on there. She could be higher. And the only reason I say that, and I knew that because what are we going by? What are we going by? Are we going by album sales, streams, whatever the case may be? Like I even did research. You know, Sexy Red's last album only sold 27,000 units.
Nothing.
Nothing. Glorilla did over 1 million.
Wow.
Like, so of course, like a Glorilla's gonna be on it. Now,
let's do it.
The top.
Let's go to the top. Number 1.
Can you really take Nicki off of number 1? And a lot of people said I would. Nicki had a run with album sales and she had a run with streams. And she topped both.
Right.
She topped the Billboard charts. This is a Billboard list. She did top the Billboard charts a lot. Nicki was the highest female artist, grossing artist, like in a little time period. So I'm not 100% against put Nicki Minaj at number one.
You put Nicki at.
I'm just saying I'm not 100% against it.
Right.
Personally, just because I do feel like body of work. I personally will put Missy at one. The body of work speaks for itself with Missy. Producer, songwriter, albums, triple, double platinum.
Right.
Like she did so much, and every album was culturally like a thing. There's rappers writing and people don't even notice. There's rappers right now, and give credit to Timbo too, because he did a lot of tracks, but Missy also did some of her tracks also. But there's artists right now that sample Missy songs, and people don't even like know where the sample came from. So you have to put Miss, and then some people will argue Lauryn Hill. My thing about Lauryn Hill is her run wasn't long enough.
I agree with that, but I feel like the songs, that's a hard one too. That's a hard, because I feel like Lauryn Hill's songs kind of meant more to the culture than actual Missy.
But true.
I mean,
no, they did. They did, but it was mixture though. Like she was more R&B, hip hop-ish. She wasn't like a rapper per se in a lot of her songs. Maybe with the Fugees, she rapped more with the Fugees, but her actual album,
Miseducation.
Yeah. It was a dope album. But I feel like your body of work, you have to have more than that. You have to have more than just that one album.
Because she had pretty much really one standout album.
You have to have more than that. You have to, and that's the only knock. If she would have had two, you could have moved her to number one probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because Missy is hard to beat.
I think Missy number one. I would have given Missy number one.
The first three you can interchange, I feel like. Because I still would put Nicki up there.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I would say Missy number one.
Okay.
But just because also Missy came before Nicki. Missy is like the goat of when it comes to females. When it comes to female, I feel like she paved the way for Nicki. And I feel like she did a little bit more. She means more to the culture, especially as a rap artist, than Nicki Minaj. I feel like Nicki, when I think of a Nicki Minaj, I think more pop artist.
A pop artist?
I don't.
But Nicki actually rapped. Even if her rap was poppy, she was still a rapper. She'd have some crossover joints, which probably another reason why you could put on the list.
That's true.
But she had some crossover joints. But I feel like, and don't forget that whole Young Money run with Nicki first was like coming into the scene.
Oh, she was cold.
Everything she touched turned diamond.
Yeah.
So you can't really take that away from her. Now, here's the argument with that. The time period that she came in was a time period where there was no other competition. You know what I'm saying? So people could kind of throw that in there too. There was really nobody else. So it was Nicki.
Then another thing too, like even the time period when Missy Elliott came in, those was raw record sales.
It was raw record sales.
It wasn't like streams. Like,
it was 100% just straight.
So it's a different time, bro. But Missy, oh man. But once again, when you say Nicki was a really high advocate of somebody that's saying that she write all her lyrics too. That's what she said.
She said that, but Safari, I don't know. Safari said he wrote some. Who knows? But I would say, as far as like superstar status, and as far as albums sold, and the type of level, especially because it's Billboard list. So I know that they would take in consideration how many times they charted and all that kind of stuff like that. Nicki kind of has to be on there. She has to be top. Well, she kind of has to be top.
It's a lot, bro. She came up with Wayne, Drake, Cash Money.
Yeah, she had a lot of help,
bro. She had a lot.
But all of them had help except for Lauryn. Really, Missy had help too. Now don't forget
with Timberland.
That whole Timberland, Aaliyah, Genuine. That was a factory. That was a fat player. That was a factory. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You can't really. I don't know. That's hard. It's hard. But like I said, Nicki, you have to put in the top three.
She's top three.
You have to put Nicki in the top three. If you want to put Lauryn Hill at one because you love that album so much, then yeah. If you're a Fuji fan, then cool. Missy,
Lil' Kim.
See, Lil' Kim, I would keep her at 4.
Oh,
I would keep her at 4. There's no argument of the 3. The 3, like I said, for me, the 3 could interchange. That 4, She's perfect right where she at.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think I'll put Lil' Kim at number 3
You'll put Kim at 3
and put Lauryn Hill. Since you made that point, she only made one album.
You could.
I think I'll put Lil' Kim at number 3.
Lil' Kim was straight rap. That was straight hip hop.
Yeah,
you could,
bro.
So you could. I wouldn't be. You could.
Yeah.
But
Queen Latifah, I think she's a little further down. I ain't gonna lie.
As far as that era, Queen Latifah was the hottest rapper in that era.
She was. I forgot.
So that's why she's there. MC Light, maybe I'll put her down. Maybe.
The Brat needs to be higher.
See, the only thing that the Brat needs to be higher. The only thing I don't like is you got Salt and Pepper in there. That's 3. That's 3 people. Is the best female rapper.
Yeah.
So I would take
Eve,
Salt and Pepper out.
Eve was cold back in the day with the Rough Riders. Oh, Eve.
See, yeah, that 9. See, all right. So let's say I take Salt and Pepper out.
Yeah.
So you got Roxanne, Eve, Foxy, Cardi, The Brat, Trina. I would take Left Eye out too because she was part of a group.
Right.
That whole list right there, that middle portion, that's hard, bro.
That's hard.
I definitely would move Brat. Personally, I'll probably put Brat. I'll put Brat at 9.
What would you put Brat if you're talking about just raw talent?
Ooh.
Just raw talent.
I'll put Brat.
Talent.
Maybe 6.
Yeah. I'll say about 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah. You got to put Brat up there, bro.
Yeah.
You got to put Brat up there. Roxanne.
There's a lot, bro. This is a hard list.
I mean, but I feel like when you start talking about Roxanne, I feel like that's kind of like a power play. You got to put her there because of what she meant to the culture at that point in time. So you have to put Roxanne there.
Ooh.
But it's just like, did she really deserve to be at that 8 spot? She could be in the tops, but does she deserve to be at that 8 spot? I don't know.
I'm surprised Diamond ain't on this list too. Diamond from Crime Mob. Oh, she was cold too.
She was cold, but her out.
China White.
Yeah, but this is Billboard. They never topped. Diamond never hit the billboards. She did with Crime Mob, and she did with Princess with the Stiletto song.
I like Lotto. Lotto go hard, bro. I that's probably one of my favorite female rappers. Lotto.
But see, the new generation chicks, I'm cool with them being further down.
Yeah.
Because they still have more. They
still got work to do.
Yeah. So Lotto, Glow, Doja, like I'm cool with them being down there.
Yeah. Doja Cat, I don't know if she's a rapper. She's a pop artist. I don't think she should be on this list.
See, some of these people, I just feel like they just ran out of people.
Megan Thee Stallion 15? Nah.
They ran out of people. Yeah. They was like, who else can we put there? I don't know.
Megan Thee Stallion 15? No. Put her like number 20. Megan Thee Stallion's at number 20. I'll put Megan Thee Stallion's not harder than the Lotto. Well, I guess they're going about record sales too.
I think it's a lot about sales or stream sales and all that good stuff too.
Raspity,
that's straight spitting.
Yeah, she just raw.
She just raw.
Just underground raw. Just.
But see, that's when
freestyle.
But that's when you be like, okay, well maybe they ain't going album sales because she ain't sell shit.
Right. She didn't sell nothing, but she got talent.
She
probably one of the hardest spitter on this whole list when it comes to raw talent.
Definitely.
Like just raw spitting.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's hard, bro. But like I said, the middle part you could kind of mix that around. The bottom part I don't really have too much problem. I'll put Glow higher though.
Yeah, Glorilla for sure. She need to go higher than that. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's doing some numbers. She's doing numbers for sure. But yeah, man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one for sure. What? So this you wanna take your top 10 now right now or no?
All right, my top 10. I'll put Missy at 1, Nicki at 2, Lauryn Hill at 3, Lil' Kim at 4. Queen Latifah, I'm cool with her being at 5, or just on some legend status.
Yeah.
6, I'm gonna be real with you. 6, I'm gonna move the Brat up to 6.
I see that.
7. I'm gonna put Eve at 7.
I see that. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, for people that don't, I'm taking Salt and Pepper out because that's a group. 8, Trina. 9, Foxy, and then when it comes to 10, just off of strictly the culture, Roxanne. I'll do it like that.
Yeah, she cold. She did deserve it. She deserve it. MC Light. Whatever. MC Light too.
Yeah,
MC Light was cool.
MC Light, Roxanne. See, MC Light I don't know. At least in my generation, MC Light had a more of a run than Roxanne did. So I don't know. But
UNITY. Oh, that's man.
But yeah, that would be my 10. I'll throw MC Light at 11 to make people happy. Yeah, and then 12. When 12, I'll go Cardi. Next, I'll do Rhapsody at 13. To be honest, I'll go Glow at if I go that, I'll go Glow next after that, and then Lotto after her.
UNITY. Man, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go,
yeah,
bro.
I definitely
Queen Latifah in the building. Let's go, man. Hey, man, I want to know you guys' opinion too, man. Leave it in the comments, man. Get these comments popping. You know, please like, comment, subscribe while you're in here, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what you guys' top 10 is. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna make this a clip.
Yes, sir.
I know that for a fact. This is gonna be a clip. Let's go. Hold on just a minute. Let me fix this real quick. Let's go to you. Resize. I don't want to mess up my thing. Okay, so let's go to the YN's Mount Rushmore. So this is going viral. They got an actual couple list. And you sent me one too?
Yeah, they got a couple.
They got a couple lists.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so right now they're saying that this is the YN's Mount Rushmore is going viral on social media. This is what it's saying. So this is what they're saying. They're saying that Chief Keef, Waka Flocka, let me see. They're saying that Chief Keef, Waka Flocka, NBA Youngboy, and that's it. That's it all. And Young Thug.
All right, here's my problem. That fan that made that YN Mount Rushmore probably isn't a YN. Because that isn't YNs right now. That's not right now's YNs.
The Mount Rushmore though.
Yeah, but of all time, right?
Of all time. So
all
this is the young boys of all time.
The generation of YNs.
Yes.
All right. See,
the generations of YNs.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Mount Rushmore.
So the generation of YNs. All right. Cool. All right.
So we in the YN. So we got to act like we know what we talking about.
Saying. There's some old dudes up there, bro. So you know, like
bow,
okay.
Bow. All
right. So if you all right,
Waka's kind of in that category. Really think about it.
When he first came out, yeah.
Bow.
You could keep Waka. Gotta keep NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy for sure. I feel like you need more drill rappers though.
Sosa is it, man.
Sosa is it. He's the king of he's like the king of it. The YNs. Yeah. I don't know. Youngboy too though. Youngboy too. I say he's part of. I'll put Youngboy over Sosa.
Now, know who I would take out? Young Thug. I'll take Young Thug out.
That's a hard one.
I'll take Young Thug out.
For the South, I think he represents a lot of them dudes in the South.
Nah, don't forget when Young Thug was a YN, he was wearing dresses and people didn't mess with him. So he might represent some people's South, but he ain't represent ours.
Why you bring that memory up?
Because people didn't mess with him. People didn't mess with people didn't mess with Young Thug till he signed with Rich Gang, with Baby, and Baby told him, hey, you need to hey Playboy, you need to stop wearing them dresses. You know, let's get it right. Let's come on now.
Yeah.
Now if we talking YNs.
Let's see, man. Let's see. Young Thug dress.
I mean, you could put Von on there.
King Von. That's a good one.
You could put Von on there.
That's a good one. That's a good one. King Von. I'll put King Von on there. I'll put him over Waka.
You could put Von. Hey,
I'll put him over Waka. I'll put King Von over Waka for sure.
I mean, I'll put Draco on there.
Draco the Ruler?
I would definitely put Draco on there.
I don't think he's a young end.
When he first came out, he was.
I feel like he didn't represent the young ends though.
I think for LA culture he did.
Would you put EBK J-Bo on there?
It's too early.
It's
too early.
Oh,
and give it a couple years, he's definitely gonna be on there though.
Oh, what's the word from Chicago? Sleaze World. That's a hard one. I still listen to him.
It is a hard one.
Sleaze World. I think I'll put him on there because he a YN all day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man, because I don't listen too many on them youngins. But for sure, I think King Von for sure. King Von. I think King Von should be replaced for Waka Flocka.
Nah, Waka Flocka got to stay on it. Young Thug. He replaced Young Thug. I'll put King Von in there over Young Thug. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna switch it up so y'all can see, man. But yeah, I don't know. What you guys think in the comments? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. You know
he said we'll replace Waka with Kodak. Lil Jub.
Let's see what y'all thinking in the comments.
I mean, you can put Kodak on there.
Kodak. I didn't think about Kodak.
Because that one's switch Waka with Kodak.
Yeah. I can see Kodak. Let's read some of these comments and see what these people are saying in the comments. They're saying replace Waka with Kodak. Pooh Shiesty. That's a good one too as well. Pooh Shiesty. King Von.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta put King Von.
Let's see more. Let's see some more on here. They said the Goofy.
That's just trolls.
Yeah, mostly trolls.
But yeah, I would take Thug out. I'll put King Von in.
Interesting, bro.
I'll take Thug out. Put King Von in. Like I said, when Thug was a YN, he was wearing dresses. Like we can't get down like that.
Damn, bro. Why you bring that up, man?
It's the truth.
That's crazy. Damon Wayans. You want
Damon Wayans?
The comedian, Damon Wayans. He was saying, so he was on Shay Shay's podcast, and he said he was in love and he used to date his nephew's ex-girlfriend. It's a cold game, bro.
But I told you they be doing that.
It's a cold game. Listen to this. Let's listen to this. Listen to this. This
same woman as your nephew once.
Hold on. Let's run it back.
That you dated the same woman as your nephew once.
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. Come on, you ain't never did.
Hell no, I ain't never did that.
The Jackson 5.
That's I mean, for a family member, that's off limits, Damon.
No, but it wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
Yes.
The dating pool.
I tell you all the time.
And this was probably 2001, 2.
Did you know her originally? Did she know originally that?
Yes, when I met her. So I got divorced and I was by myself for 2 years.
Right.
And then I saw her and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love. And I found out my nephew had dated. I'm like, what's up with that? He goes, that's you. I was like, okay, pass the Cavassier. Let's go.
I'm drinking that down.
And I went ahead and I fell in love. And then
He asked. So that puts he asked. I'm cool with that. He asked.
I ain't cool with that one.
He asked. Diddy didn't ask. Diddy did not ask his son. He just did it. He asked. That man asked. He said, hey, what's up with that? Man, go ahead, do you. That's cool.
I'm not cool with that one.
He asked.
There's so many girls out there though, man.
California dating pool is trash.
We talk
about it all the time. It's trash. And like the comments said, they have a big family. You can't keep their family huge. You can't keep tabs of who everybody dated.
Still, man.
He said he seen her, he fell in love, then he found out and he went to ask. That's props on him for even caring to go ask your nephew.
I mean, that's protocol. But even then, like, bro, you're a celebrity.
And the nephew said, man, go ahead. I ain't worried about that.
But I bet you money his nephew found a way. He felt some type of way about it.
No, because if the nephew, all you had to do was say, nah.
Could you imagine that you was dating a girl and your uncle came and started smashing your ex? That's fucking wild. That's wild, bro.
Are we taking into consideration his stuff?
That's wild.
I have no problem telling my uncle, nah, like I have a problem with that. And he'll be like, all right, cool. He asked. You know how many people don't even ask or don't care to ask?
I don't know about that one, bro. I'll feel away about that.
He asked. You shouldn't feel away. If you felt away, then that's on you. You should have been man enough to be like, nah, I'm not cool with that.
Even then, I think it's the principle.
If I come to you and be like, hey, this girl, like, hey, you care? And you be like, Q, yeah, I care. Like, no, then cool. But if you tell me like, nah, Q, do you? And in deep down, you're like fuck. That's on you. You try to be all big, hard, and bad.
I want. Is this to me? I feel like, especially your family. If that's your family, bro, like I wouldn't even go across that line, bro. I wouldn't even cross that.
We know that because that's how you are.
Yeah.
Well, we know that. But I
wouldn't even go across that
to
line.
me, I just look at it differently because I know I said this the last one. I know too many people that do it and they don't ask. So by him asking, that's just, to me, that's kudos to him for even asking or caring, to ask. Because I know a lot of people that don't. Man, I was dating a girl. She told me straight up top. She was like, she went home with the dude and her daddy was there. And he was like, oh yeah, he's like, this is my dad, da da da. The daddy said right there, like, oh, she look good. You better keep her before I take her.
That's wild.
Like, if that's what we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I just feel like you're talking about somebody who's a public figure. He's not like an ordinary guy. He has a plethora of girls. He has a whole stable of girls he can just reach out to. You know what I mean? It's not hard for him to get a girl at that time. You talking about somebody, you're not a regular guy. So why would you want to go prey on the girls that my nephew's smashing?
Now, to make this is how their family is. So was it his son? Is it his son? Has 3 beautiful daughters.
His son?
Gorgeous. Gorgeous daughters. You know that 2 of the daughters share the same boyfriend.
What?
Well, one dated a boy. They broke up, and then the sister got with that boy.
I won't allow that to happen.
Well, that's how they family set up.
I won't allow that to happen.
That's how they family is.
That's wild.
That's how they family is. Let's see, because we could pull this up.
Hey, I won't allow that. As a father of that family, I will not allow that to happen. Homie, that's crazy, bro. Why? I just don't get it. For me, like, I don't get it. Like, you have so many different opportunities of other people, especially if you publicly noted like that. If you have you're a public figure, bro. Why we want to prey on the same freaking girls that my family's preying on? To me, you open up problems. That's a recipe of this disaster. You're looking for a problem. Mm-hmm. You're looking for a problem. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. But it is what it is. You pulling that up?
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Where's this? I can try to pull it up right now too and see. That's wow, man. I just don't understand it. Like, I never been that type of guy. I never been that type of guy to be, chasing not even my homeboys. Let's look and see. Let's see. Damon Wayans.
I don't know if I know it's one of the Wayans. I don't know if it's the.
I can look it up right now. Daughter dating.
No, it's not his daughter. It's like his nieces or something.
It'll probably correct me then. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find it. They just pulling up his old stuff for sure. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh well.
But it is what it is.
Yeah,
we can keep going on, Dan. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. What else we got on the list that we need to talk about? We need to talk about Chris Brown. Chris Brown he has a tour about to drop. He's about to go on tour again. So he made a public announcement, a PSA, a public announcement. He said, hey, if you guys come into my tour, please do not wear no red bandanas, only brown, because I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be safe. And I didn't really know this, but I guess he is a gang member or some stuff, right? He's waiting from this Pyru or something.
Yeah,
Pyru. I don't understand why these singers want to be gang members. I don't get it. But whatever. So I guess he's Pyru, and there people are wearing these red rags, because I noticed too he wear a lot of red rags in his performances and stuff like that.
Are you from Pyru?
So a lot of these people are influenced by him, and they wearing red rags to his performances.
You don't want to get a Rico.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You don't get no Rico.
I didn't think about that.
You're like, yeah, let me.
I didn't think about that, because they're serving a lot of Ricos.
Yeah, they giving them out like it's
candy.
Like it's candy.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I don't know, man. I understand it, because it can bring a lot of problems. But I don't know too many gangsters are going to Chris Brown's performances and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls.
There's a lot of girls, but it's also
I might go though.
but that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of girls with boyfriends.
Yeah.
So it's not really that. Is the boyfriends? They probably like
But it's funny, man, because I know this girl went to one of his performances, bro. It's nothing but bad ones in there, bro. It's 99. It's like 95% badass girls, bro.
Hey,
bad ones. I was like, man, I might go to that.
yeah, the one out here gonna be crazy.
The one in San Diego gonna be crazy.
Just because Santa don't get artists like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna show out.
Oh, they're gonna be crazy.
They're gonna show out.
I have to go to that one.
They're gonna show out.
Shout out to Chris Brown, man.
Hey.
Shout out to Chris Brown. Slim Thug, bro. Slim Thug was robbed. So let me give you some context on this one. Slim Thug, he lives in Houston, but he lives in this high rise, probably like 20, 30 floors up. And he was robbed, he said, man. Got him on tape and everything, but he's not going to press any charges. But 20 floors up, and he can't understand how people got up that high up in this, up to his penthouse and robbed everything. I was like, damn, that is true. How do you get up there? It has to be somebody you know.
It had to be. Had to
be somebody you know.
Family member, cousin, brother, best friend, something.
But check this out. Listen to it.
That none of that is nothing. It's non-effective.
Let's run it back.
Like a king. It ain't, none of that is nothing that I can't go.
You have a fall from my floor. I'm gonna get this insurance money, I'm gonna buy me a car. I ain't buying no jury, you know what I mean? I'm wearing eye watches, you niggas too petty. I ain't finna go crazy. I got footage and everything, but I ain't finna go crazy over no shit. We got insurance, so we good. But we ain't good where we covered, but we good, but it's still some slick shit. Yeah, I don't know. We got some footage of everybody, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm worried. I'm like, how the get to the penthouse? Look how high we is. How the get up there?
That's pretty wild. He's up there.
They did steal some cash. They stole the sugar baby flowers. So the sugar baby flower. That's what cash they took. I ain't cash. Yeah, that's why I don't cash, cause shit like this. They stole the sugar baby flowers. Nah, that's some black dudes, like 4 of them. I had insurance, but not enough for all my shit. I had too much shit. To cover all my shit, a month be $10,000 a month on insurance. So I didn't have all my shit, but they ain't get all my shit either though. So they got the good shit though.
Yeah. So that's what you're talking about. That's one thing too. I didn't understand when people come and rob you and take your car. And why would you try to fight somebody and try to take that car, or you take your personal items? I'm like, dude, just get insurance. Like, your insurance gonna take that. Go ahead and take the car. Like anything. Like this place got robbed, bro. I'm like, damn, the insurance pay for everything. I'm like, hey, come get it. Come when you're robbing if you want me to.
I mean,
I care less if somebody come robs me now.
For certain dudes, it's a sense of respect. Like,
Yeah.
and I want to be
I feel you. So it's more ego.
It's ego. It's definitely ego. It's definitely ego.
I don't understand that. I was like, man, why do you care? Because you better you get cashed out.
Yeah,
bro.
I feel like getting robbed and having stuff stole from you is two different things. A lot of times when dudes get robbed, it's ego.
Mm-hmm.
Getting stuff stole from you, you can't really do nothing about that.
Right,
It is
right.
what it is.
Well, you saying somebody come to you with a gun and put the gun in your face. And
Someone come and take your, like, if someone walks in here and says, "Hey, y'all get down, I'm about to take everything in here." As a man, you're gonna be like,
I feel you.
"What?" Like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you down the street and someone come here and take everything and you come back and everything's gone, then it's kind of like,
I agree with that. Because even then, when I was robbed, bro, like in here, I wasn't here, but they came and took everything. That's the worst feeling in the world, bro.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling. Even though you're going to get that check and you're gonna be reimbursed for everything, it's just the fact that somebody's going to take something that you work hard for. You know what I mean? So it just hurts your like your soul, bro. Like you put a lot of hard work and time into this stuff. You know what I mean? So that's like the worst thing to me. It's a liar and somebody who's gonna rob from you. A thief.
A thief.
A thief is like, man, I can't stand a thief, bro.
A thief.
But then
petty thieves too, like.
And he has to know who did it. That's probably why he's not pressing charges. Cause like, how do you have access to, to your apartment that high?
I mean, he said he seen it. It was 4 black dudes. He said he seen them, so he know.
Yeah,
he know.
You think he's gonna be more like street justice, or he's gonna be like whatever? He don't care.
I don't even know what Young Thug's on right now.
Slim Thug?
Slim Thug, yeah. I stopped paying attention to Slim Thug when he made that little video when he told all the people from New Orleans, he said, don't come to Houston.
Really?
I stopped listening to him after that. He was like, man, we do not want y'all to come back out here. Like, don't come to Houston. I'm like, man.
Y'all tore some stuff up, bro.
But still, shit. But I don't know. He might, or he just might, like I said, he got insured, so get how you live.
Care. Like, I didn't care. But I was thinking if I would have, well, no, if I was younger, maybe I probably did some. Now I don't even care if I figure out who did it.
Did you even know who did it?
No.
See, you don't know.
No. But I would tell you this: whoever did it had to be in here because it was like strategically done. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like somebody walked in here and it was strategically done. Somebody who did it was like studied the plays, had to be in here and know the ergonomics of the room, all that stuff. So yeah, so it was definitely planned. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even stuff that they took, it was like they had to know that they've been in here and they knew that was over there to go get that. You know what I mean? Because they actually took strategic things that was worth value, and they left a lot of stuff that you probably could have made money on, but you make more money on that. And they knew what they were taking.
So they knew,
they knew what they were taking. But like I say, man, I got cashed out, so I didn't really like whatever. Hey, come get me right now, baby. I need some new stuff anyway. Hey, let's get to the next one, man. Let's get to the next one. Most violent cities. You shared this in our group chat, man, and I was kind of, this is kind of interesting right here. Most violent cities. Let's listen to this and see what you guys think is the most violent cities are.
Guess the top 10 most violent cities in America.
Memphis, Tennessee.
This is based on murder rates.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee is number 5.
Sad to say.
No, it's Tennessee.
Hold on. Let's get your opinion on what you think the most violent cities are in America before we even watch this.
Before we even go into it,
let's go top 5. They go to top 10. Let's go top 5.
But here's the kicker: when people be like, "Oh, well, what about Chicago?" See, like, it's violence to capital. So therefore, if your city has 10 million people and it has a 300 murder rate, that's not going to be on the list. That's because that don't count.
You know, a lot of people.
It's not a lot of people. But if you have a 300 murder rate and your city only has 200,000 people, then
top 5 cities.
Top 5. See, in my mind, the top 5 would have been New Orleans, of course, because it's been the murder capital for the longest. Memphis.
I would say Memphis too.
I would Flint,
Michigan.
Yeah,
interesting.
I would have put Flint on there. Either like Flint or like Gary, Indiana, like one of those, because they always had like this little, St. Louis, of course.
St. Louis,
definitely.
That's probably one of the roughest places I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, St. Louis has to be on there, and then where else it really go down at? Like I said, Memphis already.
Oakland.
Oakland. Yeah, in Oakland. Yeah. Definitely Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland or like a yeah, I would put Oakland. So Oakland.
That's what I said. I said Oakland, St. Louis for sure. What else we think? Europe, New Orleans for sure. What else? Stockton. Stockton's pretty crazy right now, but it's a small population, so I don't know.
See,
LA.
Stockton is crazy, but
LA.
Population too high for LA.
Population too high, LA.
Yeah.
Those are the roughest cities I've ever been to.
Yeah, but this is on some violent crime stuff though.
Yeah.
So like, because even like if you look at like
Miami,
if you look at like crime city, like it's like just for people that just to break it down, if you look for cities that have the most crime, the list will be different. But at the cities who have the most murders, the list will be different.
Yeah.
Because like Stockton, their murder rate isn't that high, or like LA, murder rate isn't that high. but their crime rate is high.
Yeah.
So like for New Orleans, our crime rate actually isn't really like that high, but our murder rate high as hell.
Right.
Miami murder rate isn't high, but their crime rate is high.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Well, let's hear it then. They're gonna give you the top 10, but we gave you top 5. So they said
Not
Memphis
sad to
already.
see.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis is number 2. That's a
I
good
know
one.
St.
I've been
Louis
there.
is
A
rough.
lot of murders going
Didn't
on.
get murdered when I went. Thank God. Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock is not in the top 10.
Damn, that's great.
Wow, Little Rock is rough too.
Yeah.
Little Rock is rough.
Dangerous there, but not violent.
New York City.
New York City is not on the list.
Good for
There's
us.
a lot of people there, you know? It's tough.
Baltimore.
Baltimore is number 3.
Bang. Good pull.
Very well
Wow.
done.
Washington,
Baltimore?
D.C.
Washington,
Baltimore
D.C.
bad,
is number
yeah.
8.
I didn't think of Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think
Wow.
about Baltimore, Philly. I should have thought about that.
Philly
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I didn't think about Baltimore. I didn't think Baltimore was that rough. I know Philly was.
Well, I knew Baltimore was rough.
But St. Louis, Washington, D.C. is number 8. I didn't think Washington was that crazy.
Yeah, Washington's wild.
DC?
Yeah, DC wild.
I've been there a couple times, bro.
DC
It wasn't
wild.
it wasn't crazy, but you know they got some poverty there too. It's crazy. All right, let's keep going.
Now we're on a roll, folks.
Philly.
Philadelphia is number 4.
Philly, Philadelphia for short.
Okay, you could get away from the Northeast.
Kansas City.
Kansas City is number 7. How do you
Kansas City?
Yeah, that's St. Louis rival right there. Yeah, they be
Really?
going body for body.
Wow, I didn't know that. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Closest, I don't know why this popped up. Let's keep going.
beer?
You brew it.
Okay, what baseball team?
The Brewers, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Nah, that
Milwaukee
one
is number-
surprised me.
Milwaukee?
That surprised me. I was like, dang, they get down like that in Milwaukee. All right.
I know they got a lot of Asian gangs over there too, and a lot of Somalian gangs in
like,
Milwaukee. I was
hey.
watching. What's that?
Jeff T's podcast. 'Cause
Nah,
that had me
nah.
dying laughing.
Nah, I was watching. What's it called? What's the other? I forgot the name of the little documentaries they do. They used to do little documentaries on
Gangland?
Gangland.
Yeah, the Jeff T podcast be having me dying. He was talking about when he was in Milwaukee, the Somalians chased him out the club.
Wow, that's crazy. Let's go.
I thought Giannis was stopping the crime there.
You have one down south in Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, number 6. And they too country down there to be killing like that.
Yeah, Birmingham.
I don't rap by Birmingham too.
It goes down in Birmingham.
Yeah, Birmingham was pretty rough.
Yeah, it goes down in Birmingham.
Damn, I didn't know that.
That's number 6.
Birmingham.
I think this one's in North Carolina. Oh, no, it's in Virginia.
Norfolk.
Norfolk is number 10. And you need the number 1 most violent city in America.
Norfolk, Virginia, number 10? That's a lot of military.
It goes down in Norfolk, I guess. That one surprised me too.
Damn.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
That's you.
Yes.
Damn, you number 1?
They always number 1.
Y'all number 1?
That's one thing they always gonna be number 1 at is violence.
Damn, New Orleans is number 1. That's crazy, bro. Interesting.
That's how New Orleans is, man.
Safe there.
That's pretty
Just the
crazy.
top 10 most.
Yeah,
Damn, New Orleans is. I don't know if I want to go there now, bro.
it goes down. It goes down, diggity, and
That's
it's small.
crazy.
It's only like 425,000 people.
Oh wow, I know it was that small.
Yeah, it's small, and they shoot every day.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Every day.
But hell yeah, man! You want to add anything before we head out, bro?
Yeah.
You got some more? You got some more topics? I'm expelled.
Man, I got something to talk about, man, right here.
Yeah, I'm expelled.
So they had a good debate on Back on Feed.
Shout out to AD.
Nope, that's not
guy.
Back on Feed.
Yeah, I know T-Rail and T-Rail and.
So,
But shout out to AD though.
Let's shout him out anyway.
Yeah, T-Rail and what's old boy name? The dude with the leg. That's not T-Rail, but the dude with the motorcycles. I forgot his name.
So, interesting conversation they had. Where? Let me see. Let me get to it.
Shout out to T-Rail back on Fig. I heard they going bankrupt though. I don't believe it, man. Adam 22 said they going bankrupt. You know what I mean?
All right. So, who was the biggest, right? Music wise, for LA? Nipsey or Schoolboy Q?
Oh, come on, bro. You can't even that's disrespectful to even argue that. The biggest for LA?
Now I'm gonna say this.
Come on, Q.
The arguments though that they made, they were interesting.
Who's the biggest for LA? Schoolboy Q.
Yep, Schoolboy Q
or Nip. Oh,
as far as musically.
Oh, come on. Don't like we. I'm not gonna slip on Schoolboy Q. Definitely got some legendary stuff. I get the argument because the album, he has some legendary albums.
He had more album sales. He had legendary albums.
But also,
and he was one of the first ones to pave the way for TDE.
Once again, we got to also think about when Nipsey kind of blew up. Nipsey blew up when he died, or right before he died. That's when he kind of blew up. That's when he started getting his little motion. You know what I mean? Victory Lap. You know that album was taking him to another level. Now I think if Nipsey would have stayed alive, bro, it's undeniable. So we're going off the numbers of when he actually was blowing up. That's when Nipsey blew up, right before he died. You know what I mean? So it's very hard to argue that, but I understand because Schoolboy Q got some stuff.
Yeah, but it was no like ifs, what ifs, or nothing. It was just straight up, as it stands, Schoolboy Q, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey,
but see, it depends on what you go by. I think that's what I'm kind of thinking of, because I feel like it's the whole like, I don't want to say Tupac thing, but it's like the Tupac debate where even people that be like, man, Tupac wasn't that good of a rapper, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, exactly. But at the same time, it was more than rap. 100%. So when people talk about it, they look at Nip with a more than rap look. Like they view it as more than just rap. And to compare the two is kind of hard to do that because you're always going to look at Nip of what he did outside of music.
100%.
But when it comes to actual music, you kind of got to go Schoolboy Q.
If you want to focus on music,
you got to go Schoolboy Q.
I still stick with Nip. I stick with Nip. When you want to, if we're arguing just music, nothing else but straight music. Bro, Nip.
But see, even if you watch the interview, and they go back and forth about certain things, I don't know if you want to pull it up, but when they go back and forth on certain things, like the arguments being made is Schoolboy Q, it's the sales, you know.
Yeah. Yo, NGL, I was about to end it all, but I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. Coming on here and hearing y'all stop me from thinking. Oh, I don't. Okay.
Hey, appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
But
one KJ.
But yeah, so like, I don't know when you think about it, bro.
I get what you're saying. If you just listen to straight music,
and you go by like just like album sales and everything, album sales and the movement. Let's just go album sales and movement of the culture, right? Mm-hmm. Album sales and movement of the culture. You kind of got to go Schoolboy because he sold more albums. Schoolboy Q sold more albums than Nip.
Part about the album sales for sure.
Yeah.
But if you talk about movement of the culture, that's Nip.
Movement of the culture would be Nip.
Absolutely. Movement of the culture? Oh my God. Nipsey Hussle? Movement of the culture? Please tell me how
you do know that the whole like the resurgence of bucket hats, that black hippie came from Schoolboy Q.
For sure.
So all that type of lane was all Q.
You think Schoolboy Q moved the culture more forward than Nipsey Hussle?
It would be two different cultures. It would be two different types of cultures.
100%.
Because Schoolboy Q along with like the Wiz Khalifas and everybody, that whole lane, Currency, Schoolboy Q, Wiz Khalifa, that whole lane, Schoolboy Q was one of the dominant ones in that era of that lane.
I can see that.
He was the one who had everybody smoked out, bucket hats, tie-dye shirt. Like he had that. That was like his thing. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
He also, when it comes to like, if you want to do like his music, granted, he had TDE behind him. But even when it comes to his music video productions, all his music videos streamed over 1 million views. Like if you go to like that, like that's movement of a culture in a whole different way. Now, if you want to go street politics, but then you could go Nip.
Nip wasn't really street politics, though.
Nip was street politics.
He was from the 60s, but he wasn't like...
that was street, but he put on for the 60s everywhere he went.
It do, but I felt like when I listened to Nip, I wasn't listening to like, it wasn't like gang music. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a, gang, infested music.
I mean, both of them wasn't, but
he was spinning some shit, like some real stuff in there.
But when I say movement of culture, I mean like outside of music.
Yeah. Well, I was like just talking about.
Yeah, but outside of music, I feel like that lane was Schoolboy's lane.
For sure. Like I said, I don't want to take nothing with Schoolboy. I think he did I listen to Schoolboy right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If you look at my playlist, I got Schoolboy in there.
It's an interesting argument. Not only because of that, is because they're both from rival areas.
Yeah.
So I think that puts a little bit extra sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? But I personally would think Schoolboy kind of.
Nip, homie. You talking about Nip? Nah, bro, absolutely not.
But the only reason why,
because he died.
But I'm saying, well, you stated a couple episodes ago that you didn't really listen to Nip at that point in time.
100%.
Well, clarify.
100%.
You listened to him when he was alive, but that earlier stuff, you didn't really. You know what I'm saying?
Casually.
So therefore, like when right before he died, he was on the verge.
Yeah.
If he was on that
bro.
He was on that line.
Bro.
But he didn't get an opportunity to get there.
No. And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like that argument is.
But Schoolboy was already a superstar.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Schoolboy was already. So therefore, you have to give it to Schoolboy.
I can't say it was given to Schoolboy because what Nipsey mean for that culture. When you talk about culture, when he means for LA, is like he's a god, bro. He's a god.
But he's a god because
he's legendary. He's God.
Schoolboy died tomorrow. I'm not putting that on you, home. Like I'm not.
No.
But
you think he'd be more legendary than Nip?
Man, they're gonna.
You think he'd be legendary than Nip?
When anybody dies, they're legendary.
Shit.
When anybody dies, they're legendary. When anybody dies, they're legendary, bruh. Anybody. I'm gonna say this.
Schoolboy be more legendary than Nip?
If Nip, bruh, that's the argument right now. He's more legendary than right now.
Absolutely not.
See, well, there you go. That's the argument. Because you're still putting because he died.
What's the comedian? Just trash.
Nah, he ain't trash.
Man, he
ain't trash.
No,
but I'm saying like
like Schoolboy.
But what to you? What do you give it? Besides the fact he's dead, what makes you put him over Schoolboy? Besides the fact that he's dead, take the him being dead out of it.
Let's say even right now. Let's say right now. With his body of work right now, if he stopped tomorrow, I don't want to say because he died. Let's say he don't want to. He's not going. He's retiring today.
Even if he retired today, Schoolboy still outsold him on every album.
But what he means to the culture, pushing the culture forward. Even if he just stopped making music right now, you put Schoolboy with Nip right now.
I'll put Schoolboy over Nip. I'll put Schoolboy Q over Nip.
The marathon. Oh shit!
I mean, oxymoron.
The marathon.
Oxymoron. Like,
that's crazy.
Blue faces.
Crazy.
What do you
hey,
want?
bro, I'm making this a clip, bro.
What more do you want?
Hey, let me tell you.
Like 1 million albums sold, 2 million albums sold. Like, but I'm saying, what are you going by though? What are you going by besides the fact that everybody loves? What are you going by that makes him over?
I'm going by a victory lap. I'm going by what he brought to the culture.
You're going by that. You're going by that one album.
Yep.
And because of that one album, which he died,
bro. That one album, is
I can't argue about
victory
it.
Lap?
But it's the point of you're going off that one album in which he died afterwards, which boosted the album sales. So you're going off that one album.
It was me personally,
it's a personal thing.
To me, what even is, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Nip until Victory Lap, right before he died. That's when I tuned in to Nipsey Hussle. And I actually consumed, bro, every song. Every song on that album is just something. It's God sent. That's not a regular album.
That album is considered a classic.
That is a classic.
Now,
would you say any?
Now to play devil's advocate,
right?
Now to play devil's advocate,
would you say any of Schoolboy's Q albums can equate to the Victory Lap? Any album that Schoolboy Q ever made.
So
would you put it up there with Victory Lap? I'm not shit on Schoolboy Q, bro.
The only reason why I'm thinking is because Oxymoron was a classic. Oxymoron was a classic.
The album, the full body of work.
The full album was a classic. That is one of the highest grossing albums. On that album have to be a classic.
Let's see.
Now the argument that they had was, just to go to your point, that was the argument one of the dudes put. Because of Victory Lap, he would put Nipsey over Schoolboy Q
100%.
Because of Victory Lap.
Yes.
Now the argument that the other people was making was he had Victory Lap, but Schoolboy had Blank Face, Oxymoron, plus Habits and Contradictions, Setbacks. All these albums was like
good albums.
You're mostly in San Diego, so you know. But as far as in LA,
right,
those albums, everybody they loved them. But they love those albums.
We can say that about a lot of artists that you know. We can say the Game. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of good albums, classic albums to me. Yeah, I still won't put him over fucking.
You could say the Game. You definitely could say the Game.
I will put the Game over Schoolboy Q.
You probably could.
I will put the Game over Schoolboy Q.
You could. I'm not going to take that away from the Game.
I will not put.
You could.
I'll put YG over Schoolboy Q.
I would not put YG over Schoolboy Q.
I will put YG over Schoolboy Q.
I would not put YG over Schoolboy Q.
Absolutely.
I definitely wouldn't. 120% wouldn't. 120% wouldn't. 120%
1,000.
I 120 million. I 120 million.
Oh, Sarah.
Billion. See, and to make this a clip, because everybody's going to say,
I'm putting YG over Schoolboy.
Does Courtney really know music?
Oh, I do.
They're going to say,
I do,
they're going to say it off this clip.
Oh, no.
They're going to say it off this clip.
Hey, listen.
No, nigga. Ain't no coming back from this one.
No.
You put YG over Schoolboy Q.
I will.
They're about to kill you.
I will.
They're about to roast you.
I will.
Please make that a clip.
Oh, for sure.
They're going to get in that.
Oh, for sure.
They're going to get in that.
I'll take that all day.
They're going to get in that.
I'm happy with it.
Oh, no, indeed.
I'm happy with it.
No, indeed.
Damn, broke my damn mic. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that decision.
And what made you come to that decision,
bro? Because I like YG music over Schoolboy. I don't over a whole.
So know what I noticed when you do these things, you do it off of personal, not really numbers and what other. Yeah, true. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. See, that's the difference between us. To me, you have to show me. You have to show. I need numbers. I need statistics. I need all that for me to understand that. Right. Some people do like it, like my personal beliefs. My personal beliefs is so and so. But the numbers ain't gonna let me justify this certain thing.
We already know what numbers get us by this whole Drake situation. So we know the numbers don't really.
The numbers get you a settlement of 20.
We already know where the numbers go.
Million. We know the number. The numbers go.
We know the numbers can be inflated.
The numbers go to bots.
Say exactly. We know these numbers can be inflated
all the way around.
Like with me, I love music, bro. I love music, and when I say this stuff, I'm not saying that. Hold on.
You all right over there?
I'm not. Okay, here we go. I'm not saying that this artist Schoolboy Q is garbage.
But I don't even think you really listen to Schoolboy Q.
Nigga,
I don't think you really listen to him. Without pulling it up, what's your song? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song was what's the song? About that hit, about that dope. Whatever that song I got on my playlist right now. Hold on. I put my playlist right now. Schoolboy Q. Hold on. Let me get past all this other shit. Schoolboy Q's on my playlist. When I run, I listen to him. Schoolboy Q by any nigga. Who you talking to, nigga?
All the way down at 50.
Who you talking to?
All the way down at 50.
Who you talking to?
All the way down at 50.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, I can tell you don't listen to him.
What?
You don't listen to him.
I don't got YG on here.
You don't know about Nightmares on Fig.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying. Like he don't know about Nightmares on Fig.
Hey.
He don't know about that, man. He don't know about the Nightmares on Fig.
Look at this playlist. Look at this playlist. Look at this playlist, bro. Look at this playlist. This is my playlist. This is what I listen to right here. This is what I'm listening to right now.
Like I said, he don't know about Nightmares on Fig.
You know what I'm saying? I listen to the music.
Enough said. He don't know about Nightmares on Fig. He don't know about that Tukey 1 and 2.
Hey, I listen to the music.
Come on now. We don't know about that Tukey 1 and 2.
I'll tell you this.
I could run it without even having to look at playlists. I could run it whether it's Game, Nip, Schoolboy. I could run it all. He don't know nothing about that Tukey 1 and 2. Come on now.
Like I say, I think Schoolboy Q is dope. He's a dope artist. I do consume his music, but I consume more YG.
It's understandable. But make sure to make that a clip because
absolutely.
He said he put YG over Schoolboy.
Absolutely.
That is a crime.
Absolutely.
That is a crime.
Absolutely.
And I want to tag back on Fig on it just so they could
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because that is a crime.
But they're Crips, so it's all good.
That is a crime.
Of course, and that's their homeboy.
That is a crime.
TDEs, that's their homie. So of course they're gonna agree with you.
That is still a crime.
I like YG.
Oh, they're not going to be the only ones that agree with me. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to agree with that.
Hey, but music, you know
it's
what?
Subjective. It's subjective.
It's all subjective.
Yeah.
So it don't matter what other people say.
Definitely.
This is what I listen to. What I like in my ears.
And that's cool. You like YG.
It doesn't matter what other people say.
You like YG. That's fine.
Oh, YG cool.
After that first YG album, I was like, his first one was a classic.
100%.
After that,
he had a couple bunks. He has a couple bunks for sure. But for y'all to even say that, you put Schoolboy over fucking Nipsey is hurting my heart. That hurts my soul.
I can't sit here and say that Nipsey really did more until that album. He wasn't selling that. Even when he came to New Orleans, he did a couple hundred. Like he was at the Holland Wolf. It was set like a couple hundred people. Schoolboy Q came and did arenas. Like it's two different lanes.
I feel like once again, I said this before already as well. I feel like Nipsey was getting started. He was before then. Blue Laces, shit like that. I listened to, but I wasn't an avid listener of Nipsey Hussle. I was not, bro. I listened to like maybe 3 or 4 songs out of the whole album. I'm not listening to all the shit of Nipsey. I didn't like Nipsey like that until he dropped the Victory Lap. I'm tuned in. Boop, boop, boop. I'm listening to everything. Now I'm going back into his back catalog, listen to all his back catalog stuff. Even now, I don't like everything he put out. I'm not one of them fans like that. I don't ride your shit like that, bro. I don't listen to everything you put out and think it's dope. You know what I mean? But I start, going back and listen to his catalogs. Mm-hmm. But like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm school. Bro, I ain't taking nothing from Schoolboy Q, bro. I listen to all shit.
But there's times that you say that, and like I said, my job is to bring you the numbers and that, because there's times you would say certain stuff and you be like, oh well, dang, I didn't know that this person sold out arenas and this person did this and this and this.
For sure,
you have to take in consideration.
I don't look at the numbers though.
But you throw that argument in there too. Sometimes you be like superstar status when you talk about, okay, did they sell out this? Was they at the House of Blues,
right?
Or was they at Saquon, or was they at the ballpark? Like what arena are they really selling out? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
All that has to take the code following. Like I said, that point in time, the smokers, the bucket hats, all them dudes trying to do all that. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar used his Schoolboy's ad libs in Good Kid, Mad City in almost every song. That's how you know, like, he was iconic at that time.
At the time, yeah, he was good. But like I said, I don't look at numbers and be like, equate, do I like this artist because he sells out? I don't look at that.
It's the following though, because you have to have the following to sell out.
I don't even care about that. But
when you talk about two people being a legend, the two people, are they legends? You have to put all that into the equation.
For sure. When you start talking about certain topics and things like that, yes, I agree. Now, like you said, but like when we're talking about the context of what they do for the culture, mm-hmm. Yeah, then that you got to start doing that. But when I'm consuming the music, do I like the music? Do it sound good? The quality? What are they talking about? To me, that's what's going to keep me listening to an artist or make me like an artist.
Yeah. But I can say that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Schoolboy Q, he's dope. He got good quality. He's not talking about nothing stupid all the time or being redundant, like we said, like a EBK young J-Bo. He's dope, but I can't listen to his shit because it all sound the same. If you listen to all those music, it sounds the same. I can't. To me, there's no artistic value into his music, so I can't sit here and listen to it. So for sure. So
there's Nipsey no artistic. When we get off of here, I'm gonna play 5 songs and you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, that's dope.
For who?
I'm gonna play. I'll play
J-Bo?
5 Schoolboy Q songs.
Oh, bro, I'm pretty sure I heard it.
But but they all sound different.
No, I'm not telling you. No, I'm talking about J-Bo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, I don't want you to, when I have these arguments, I don't want you to think that, because when we have these arguments, it makes it seem like I'm shitting on these other artists, bro. I consume that.
Let people know.
This is an artist I actually consume.
Yeah. This is no shape, form, or fashion of us
absolutely
shitting
not.
on none of them.
No,
because even with the YG, if you want to put YG at number 3, if you want to do the Mount, let's do
for sure
West Coast Mount Rushmore
for sure.
You could probably put YG at the bottom, looking up at everybody else. Wow. I still wouldn't put him in the Mount. Wow. I still wouldn't put YG in the Mount Rushmore. God. I still wouldn't put YG in the Mount Rushmore West Coast hip hop.
So that's like four or five people.
Let's do 5.
Let's do 5.
Shits and giggles.
No, I won't put them on there because it's other people. I'll put the Game on there.
Has to be.
The Game, E40. It's 4. That's 1 to 3. I'm trying to think because there's a lot. That's hard, bro. That's hard. It's something that you got to sit there and think about before you even start saying this.
You do. So let's save that for the next episode.
The next one.
Yeah, let's save it for the next one.
You got a lot of people, homie. That's a lot of people.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Especially to the West Coast.
There's a lot of moving parts.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of moving parts.
That's a lot.
Because do you not say Mac Dre? Do you not say Too Short?
Yeah.
Do you not say MC8?
I was gonna say Too Short, but I was like, because my next one was Too Short. When you say E40, you automatically think of Too Short. But I was like, okay, so that's two people from the Bay Area.
But I would have had to put Mac Dre on there too, though. Especially if you want to talk about for the culture.
I don't know.
Mac Dre was the Bay for culture. Mac Dre was the Bay for culture, bro. Mac Dre was the Bay for culture.
We're talking about, okay, now see, now you're talking about 3 artists. see, when I'm thinking of that, now you're talking about 3 or 4 artists already from the Bay. So now in my head, I'm like, okay, now we got to start going towards more
Southern
LA.
Cal. Right, Southern Cal. You know what I mean? Now you're talking what? The Game, Snoop, MC8. Corrupt.
So would you classify Corrupt? Would you classify Tupac as a West Coast artist?
Tupac, but what did you put him at, Bay or Southern Cal? Which one?
Even the East Coast. But he made his name.
On
the West.
But he started in the Bay and moved to LA. So which one would you give him though?
Well, he was on the start on the West Coast, East Coast. He was in LA. New York, Digital Underground. Then he went over to the West Coast. But damn, I don't know where you put. Well, he made his impact in his name on the West Coast, but you can't leave Pac off there.
Yeah, but when he first came to the West, he was in the Bay.
Yes.
And then he moved to LA.
Yes.
So would you count him as a Bay artist or LA artist?
LA.
You give him LA?
I give him LA.
Okay.
Because people know him as LA.
No, they do. But his original Brenda Got a Baby and all that was in the Bay.
That was in the Bay.
Yeah. So
I get around Digital Underground.
In the Bay.
Digital Underground.
Yeah.
That was the Bay.
That was the Bay. So it's kind of like, it wasn't.
Brenda Had a Baby.
That was the Bay.
That was New York.
Huh?
New York.
Yeah, but he was living in the Bay when he did that.
Gotcha.
He was living in the Bay.
So would you put Tupac on there? You can't leave Tupac off there, bro.
Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
No, you have to put him on there.
So that's like 6 people already. So now
you got to cut that list down. You got to cut that list down.
Now who you taking off the list?
Man, look, that's hard. Let's go back to this next one. Yeah, because you gotta calculate that. You gotta write it all. You gotta calculate it. That's too much.
It's too much.
That's too much.
That's hard, bro. That's a whole episode.
That's
just
pressure. That's pressure right there.
That's a whole episode, bro. Just on that alone would be like a half an episode. But yeah, man, I don't want Schoolboy Q to hear this and be like, hey man, like, bro, I fuck with Schoolboy Q. You know what I'm saying? So I hate like these clips sometimes because it's not like the whole entire
Schoolboy. Hey, Q, Q to Q. Wasn't nobody hollering Fig Side till you came out, bro. We know it. Nobody hollering Fig Side till you came out.
Hey, you know it's funny because I feel like one day I will, be able to interview him or be around him, and I don't want him to be like, hearing some old music.
He gonna pull this up. He gonna pull this up.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I have been around people like, dang, I said something crazy about him already. You know what I mean? But hey, you know what I mean? So you gotta really watch what you say on these podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is recorded. So I just want to reiterate that. Hey, man, well, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for us. You know what I'm saying? We got a little people here today. You know what I mean? Please like, comment, subscribe. Please like, comment, subscribe. And let me know who you guys think who means more to the culture, Nipsey or Schoolboy Q. Let us know in the comments, man. Let us know in the comments. Because we're going to make that a clip.
Let us know in the comments. You like your thumbs tucked or your thumbs out? Let us know in the comments.
Racks in the middle. Oh man, victory lap. Oh, bro. Oh man. Hey, before we go, man, like, did you listen to that album like back, like, you know, this back and, you know, like this on loop?
Which one?
Any Schoolboy Q albums? Did you listen to his albums like on loop? Like, I remember Victory Lap. I bro listened to that shit on loop.
I did. Oxymoron was one of the ones I loved. Oxymoron. When he did the song with 2 Chainz, he did that in New Orleans. So you know, like, that was love. Blank Face, I put Blank Face. I had that on loop too. I've listened to that album a couple times. Tukey Knows, I like that Tukey too.
We'll ask that next week.
Yeah.
What albums? That's a good question. Ask what albums that you really put on loop. I mean, just keep listening over and over and over and over. Because I mean, yeah, there's a couple songs for sure. I won't say the whole album, but there's a good handful of songs for sure that I put on loop on Schoolboy Q for sure. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate the love, the support, man, everything, man. We appreciate you guys. Leave us some feedback in the comments too, man. What do you guys want to listen to? You know what I mean? Because we're trying to make some content for what you guys want. You know what I mean? This is fairly a new, podcast, so we're just trying to get everything kind of dialed in. But man, we appreciate you guys. You want to add anything before we head out of here, bro?
No sir.
We'll see you guys, man, next week. 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. You know what I'm saying? I'm Big Hendo
Q.
We'll see you guys. Out.